Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I got a video on what I got in the mail today. I got some Morgan dollars that I purchased. I got 2 lots of 10, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what I do when I receive coins and how I process them, kind of what I basically think I can sell them for, the conditions, looking for VAMs. Just fun stuff. I mean, Morgans are a very large series, starting 1878, going to 1921. Actually, well, 2021, right? So, anyways, stand by and I'll kind of. I mean, again, it's a video on each Morgan. I'm gonna go through it, see what I can get for it. It's totally my opinion, but it's kind of based on reality because I do resell a lot of Morgans on a monthly basis. So, if you don't agree with the condition, I really don't care because I sell them for what I sell them for anyways, whether you think they're the condition or not. So again, it's my opinion, but it's based on reality of what they sell for or resell for on eBay in the real world, not in your gray sheet world, or if you're a dealer or numismatist or whatever world. I do apologize. You're probably not going to like this video. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll learn something. A lot of you guys collect, right? Very few of you sell. So this is more of the sales side of things, but I am totally addicted to mortgages. This is like my fun time. So I always get excited. Oh, and this lighter here is on a prior video, and this is my loop. So anyways, hopefully everyone's having a good rest of their day. I know the news lately is not fun. And last time I filled up gas, it's like, I mean, seriously, guys, next time you go to get gas, go look at everybody else's faces as they're getting gas. Like, everyone's pissed. It's like, but we really can't do anything about it. So anyways, two of these lovely Morgans. So the ones I got here range from 1878 to 1904. And I'm going to start here with this 1878. Zoom in a little bit. And 1878 is the first year of the series. And this is a San Francisco mint based on the S here on the bottom. And this has nice luster, is a nice white eagle on the back. A little bit of scratching here. Sometimes that's hard to, that could have been how the original blank was placed in there. Some of these had scratches, so a lot of people mistake these scratches for actual what the heck they call it, wheel marks, which are like from slot machines. So again, it might just be how the planchet was originally when they're scratched and then they stamp these. But it's a very nice example. 1878 is the first year, and I would say this guy here I probably could sell since it's a Smith. It does have a nice little bit of mirror here, and then on the back, definitely, if you can see that, definitely some mirror. So I don't know, is it proof like whatever, but I'll probably list this and sell it for 100, 105, 120 bucks on eBay all day long. So I'll get that listed tonight. Next is an 1878, a Philadelphia mint. Again, nice original looking coin. And what you're looking for on these guys is what kind of breast feathers. So if they're breast feathers like this, it's 78. If they're breast feathers like the following year, like a 79, then you have yourself a variety. But this is a regular 78, and then you also want to count the tail feathers in the bottom. So if you count 8 tail feathers on the bottom, it's a more rare variety. This is a 7. So this is your standard 1878 Philadelphia. So they made about 9.8 million of these coins. They made a lot of them because it was the first in the series, but for some reason the original 1878s are worth a little bit more, which is funny because 3 years ago they were kind of considered like a common coin. I mean, they went for a little bit of a premium, but no one kind of really cared because they made so many of them. So now they're a little more popular and people kind of hoarded them because of the 100-year anniversary. This is just a straight up regular 1879. Definitely got some wire marks here. So it's got some old cleaning on it. And that's probably AU, low mint state. Not a great coin. So they made a ton of these, 14.8 million. I'd probably sell this for like 55 bucks on eBay. I'll probably accept 50. I think I have like 4 of them listed right now. So the 79s really don't sell that well. They kind of sit. Here's an 1880. And this is the San Francisco mint. These are one of my favorite years of of the coins for Morgans. I know they're very common, but you can find really beautiful strikes in them. So you can find really nice examples for cheap money. So they do sell rather quickly. They made 8.9 million of these. I'll probably sell this one for $65, which is about what my coin shop would charge me if I were to go in and look for a raw one. So I might ask 70 just for the convenience for someone buying it on eBay and me delivering it to them, and they don't have to get in their car and spend $20 in gas to go to the coin shop. Here's an 1881. This is, again, a San Francisco mint. This one has, these San Francisco mints from 80 and 81 are known for having very nice fields with mirror-like fields, but you got to have like a perfect mirror to get it graded like that. But this one is, not the greatest example, but again, they made 12.7 million of these. Again, I'll probably ask $70 for it, and it'll probably sell rather quickly. This next guy here is an 1881. That's a New Orleans mint. They made 5.7 million of these, so not a ton of these, but there are a lot of nicer examples than this one. This probably right here is probably $50 coin on eBay all day long. Next is an 1882, and the mint mark on the back here is a New Orleans mint, but here's some things with this coin. It's definitely a scratch going across here, so that's probably from an old staple or something. Guys used to put these in those cardboard things with the staples, and you pull the coin out and you put a big mark in there. But with these 1882 O's, they didn't make a lot of them. I think they made like 6 million or so, but you want to look at the O because it's very common. Well, not very common, but a variety of it is the O of the mint mark. If it is over an S, that is adds some value there. So you can see if I can get this on my camera here. So this O, or New Orleans mint, definitely has what's called a strong strike through, or not strike through, but a strong strike. So when you see, looks like the O's got, it's not a perfect O inside there. There's something in there. That's because the O is over the S. So something like this, probably can get, I think if this is a mint state 63, if it's graded, which this is not. I'm not saying this would pass for mint state 63, but it might. But I saw some examples on eBay that it sold without the scratch, and the breast feathers are never really that good on these O mint marks because they're pretty weakly struck. But it'd probably be a $225 coin if it didn't have a scratch and if it was in a PCGS mint state 63 holder over S variety. But something like this is nice for someone that collects varieties or maybe just wants to, get it graded themselves. I'll probably ask like $125 for it because it is a nice example. And again, it is a strong strike through. So when I take the photo, I'll definitely zoom in on the O over the S. Next guy here is an 1883, and 1883 O, I believe they made 8.7 million of these. Has a very nice, nice looking fields, full breast feathers, maybe some old cleaning back in the day. Again, not a very hard to find coin, so something like this probably would sell for like $55-$60 on eBay. And I believe this is the same year, but a nicer example. Yep. And when I mean nicer, you can tell like right away, it's like, bam, this has some nice eye appeal. The eagle's definitely white. So again, you got to, I kind of do like this. Like you're in a coin shop, which coin are you going to buy? Right? Well, if it's the one you can afford, so this one for 55, or would you step up to something like this for $100 to have something that's nicer? So it depends. You have a collector that wants just a Morgan. They like them, but they don't want to spend a lot. Then you have someone that already has this coin and he just wants to upgrade it, or she wants to upgrade it, or get something like this that's nice enough to send in for grading. If you got a mint state 65 on this 1883 O, not saying that this would grade out for a mint state 65, but if it did, you'd have yourself a $25 or $250 retail coin in an investment grade holder. This next one here is an 1883. This one's a little special. So I noticed this had some mirroring on the fields, which you can see with my finger here. on both sides. On the reverse, it was a little bit nicer. And this is not a key date, but a harder to find date, an S mint mark. So an 1883 San Francisco mint mark. These were not struck very well either. So the breast feathers, it's okay if it's a little weak. But this right here is a $225 coin all day long. I know what you're saying. You might not pay $225. It's kind of ugly, but go ahead and look at the comps on eBay and look at the other stuff that's listed for $200. It's not as nice as this one. And they typically don't have nice mirrors. They're all like dull. So that's a nice coin. Next up here is an 1885. Just a regular 1885. These are pretty common. Oh, the 1883 S mint mark. They made a lot of them, like 6.2 million, but they're just harder to find. I think they melted a lot of them. 1885 is very common. This is probably a $50 coin. Not the best example. I did sell a cameo, like mirrored one for a lot, like $250. They're super rare to find really, really nice versions. But other than that, that's a very common year. This one has some toning. It's just a regular 1886. Toning doesn't show up that well in my lighting because it's so white in my photo booth. But I'm going to sell it as a tone coin. Maybe someone will like it for $65. I don't go crazy with toned unless it's super nice and in a holder. Here's an 1888. Not the greatest example. Interesting toning in the back. That seriously is probably like a $45 coin. I'll just get rid of that one. Next is an 1896. I wish it had an O in the back because, guys, if this had an O in the back with those kind of breast feathers, I'd be holding a $15,000 coin in my hand, but I don't. This is a regular 1896. Not super common. 9.9 million minted of these, but it's probably a $45 coin on eBay all day long. This next guy here is an 1897, and it's a San Francisco mint. 5.8 million, not a ton of these made. I'm getting a little bit of mirrors. No, not so much. More in the reverse. So possibly proof like on the reverse, but again, they didn't make a ton of these. So this guy right here is probably in this condition, probably a $75 coin on eBay. Next up is an 1898. Just a Philadelphia mint. They didn't make a ton of these, 5.8 million, but a lot of these survive. So there's a lot of nicer conditions. So sometimes it's all about condition. So this one right here is an easy $65, $70 coin based on condition. And then we have an 1898, really, really nice. Like this is a high mint state coin. This might go for a 65, possibly a 66. The fields on this are really clear, very well struck. There's not a lot of distracting marks on this coin. So this guy is probably, if you got him in say 65, you have a $250 coin all day long. I'll probably asking $120 for this, 125. So if someone buys it and they want to get it graded, they can double up their money or just have it as a really nice raw example. Now we're getting the 1900 series. I'm not a big fan of the 1900 coins because they made a lot of them and they're kind of struck pretty poor. But, this right here is probably a $45 coin. They made a ton of these. 8.3 million. Well, I guess not a ton, but a lot of them. They're pretty common. And then 1904 is interesting. So I guess the Philadelphia Mint 1904 is considered a key date because they only made 2 million of them. 2.7 million. This one's a pretty basic example for $50, $55. And then I have a nicer one that has actual very rare mirrors on it, especially on the reverse. I'm not sure if that's from polish, but it's also common it's uncommon to actually find breast feathers. So these are not struck very well. So believe it or not, this coin, which doesn't look anywhere near as nice as the 1898, this 1904 is actually valued as much as an 1898, and even in this condition, although I do see a scratch under there, so that would take some of the value away. But I'll try and get 120, 125 for this 1904 just because of the mirrors and because of the scarcity of it. But I'll probably be asking the same for this 1898 just because it's based on condition. So anyways, guys, that's my little Morgan coin show for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. Again, don't kill me in the comments with I would never pay that much for this and that. I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't go on Gray Sheet. I don't get dealer pricing. I'm just like you guys. I go out there, I buy coins, I resell them. Why? So I can have 20 Morgans come in my mail, look at each one, think what I can get for them, make a little bit of profit, but really share the hobby with everybody. So, hope you guys can appreciate that. Otherwise, if I just like bought stuff like this and never sold it, I would only be able to buy like, one coin a week at a time. That's kind of boring. I like to buy 20 to 40 Morgans a week, resell them, enjoy them, get as many in my hands as possible. And that's how I stack, or I guess that's how I collect. It's a little different than most people do it on YouTube. So again, I'm more into the order it, look at each one, look at the history, enjoy it, and resell it, make a little profit, recycle it, do it all over again. And you never know what you might find. Each one of these coins out of the collection, I paid about $57 a piece. So some of them I definitely lost money on, some of them I broke even, and some of them, like these, doubled up. So it's a lot of work though. I mean, each coin I'm taking 12 photos, putting a description. I take my time, put them in the 2.5 by flips, and again, if someone buys them from me, I write them a thank you card, I mail it right away, I send them a picture even of the envelope when I'm sending them. I don't mess around. Like when I buy stuff online, I get super anxious. I want to see my coin right away. I want to know where it is, and I like to share it, and I also every now and then like to send stuff in to get graded myself, which these are my last 2 coins out of that huge Gold Shield submission. These are the last 2 out of all those other ones. I've all sold them all for profit. So I do like this part of the game as well. I'm so impatient, guys. I can't wait another 3 months. So like I probably would send this one in, right? And so would you, if you could get it back in a week. Like that'd be awesome. But for $28 or $30, whatever it costs when you send a bunch in, and then having to wait 3 months, like I'll forget I even own this coin. So I don't know if you guys kind of think that way as well. And it's hard too, right? Because it's like, if I had 20 of these type of coins, yeah, I'd send them all in. But when you have like a mixture of these, some are gonna come back clean, AU, like, or lower mint state. There's no point in sending in a mint state 63 unless it's like a key date. You're just gonna lose money based on what you can find Morgans for. So anyways, that's my video, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate you watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and everyone have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.